everyone, welcome to my channel this morning. Today we're working on our pantry storage. Now you'll see that my pantry is getting very out of order. Things just stuffed on shelves, stuff on the floor. We keep bringing things up that we need to use and not taking away things that we don't use so much. So today we're going to organize our pantry, and step one is first to kind of look it over carefully and see what's there that doesn't belong there. So that is step one of 9 steps that I'm going to give you today to organize any space. But today we're focusing on the pantry. Please subscribe and join us for other organization tips. Okay, step one is done now, and you see there's some change, not a huge amount, but step one then is you go through and take out of that space anything that will not live there all year long permanently. So we took out, some jars for canning that needed to go down. We took out the ice cream maker, that's very seasonal. Some of the pots and things that we use just for canning. We're keeping here all of the cheese making supplies. So there are some things gone, but there's still a lot of work. So now we're going to move on to step 2. Step 2 is done. I've gone through and I have thrown away everything that is expired or that we don't use or we've grown out of or that is just not part of our lives anymore. And yes, it's still unorganized. I'm really starting to see what things I need to accommodate in this space. So you'll see I have a lot of empty space that I didn't have before, where things were just crammed in. And I have a lot of empty containers that I can use, things that we no longer needed or they were just so out of date. And so now I have options. So this will lead me into step 3, which is group like items. So for example, I have all of our nuts down here. I have some spices, our oils and vinegars, and so I've grouped like items. So now I see, okay, this is my situation with my nuts. I can look at my available containers, my available space, and say, now how do I want to store those? So you can see much more space opened up. Now I know this is the stuff that's staying here. To step 4 of make sure everything you want to keep in that space is here. So if I've got something in a storage room or just in another room in a different cupboard that I want to keep here, I need to bring it into the space now. Step 5 then is to clean and arrange all of your containers that you have. If you have containers that are now empty, clean them up, get them ready to use. And if you have labels that need to move to a different spot on the shelf, go ahead and move those labels around and get things ready to start putting into your containers and onto shelves. In our pantry, we had a lot of dead space and we needed more shelves, particularly to accommodate our cheese making supplies. So my husband came and put in shelves for me. So we've now finished that step. My husband put in some extra shelves to give us some more space. We've sorted everything so everything is in a place that makes sense. Everything is clean. Everything has a container. So there is here's just a little suggestion. I went ahead and ordered online another container like this one because I've used it for years and I love it and it holds up so well. Well, I need 2 more. So I have this box that actually occupies pretty much the same space and that one. I'm using those as holders until those new containers come, and then that'll clean it up and make it look even nicer. So there's just an idea. Use some temporary containers until you get it all in just like you want it. So once you know your space, you'll be able to get the correct containers, get things that work. So it's cleaned up. and cleared out. Now, our next step, our second to the last step, is to go ahead and fill in spaces that you have for things, if you have those things. So we have a few things downstairs, and I'm going to go ahead and fill in so that we don't have to run up and down to get things. We have things more handy right here upstairs. Okay, we've done our step number 9, where we've come and after shopping, we have filled in our spaces so that we have everything we need, but it's still really nice and tidy and easy to manage. And I love this little step stool that folds up. And then I have a spot where it goes right back there. So it lives there so that we can all reach it for those of us that can't reach to the top shelf. And we just have everything organized now. I have some of my labels. I'm going to use it for a few days. This is a good suggestion with labels. Give yourself some time to see if those labels work, if things are where you want them to be.